67 million people in the United States bowl on a regular basis. 1.2 million people bowl league throughout the United States. The sport of bowling today has been grown through many organizations such as the PBA and the PWBA. These organizations have a lot of history, titles, and perfect games rolled to their organizations. And one Detroit native that I would like to highlight is Eddie Lubanski. According to the United States Bowling Congress, bowling has been traced back to the Egyptian time period in 5200 BC, where they were using a stone as a ball and marbles as the pins, which would be thrown at 60 feet, which is still true today. The history of bowling pins have been traced back to Germany as a religious ceremony, as not as a sport. Bowling has been traced back to Europe, which was spread to Europe through Scandinavia and back to the United States. And the first highlight of bowling was traced back to author Washington Irving. Today, in the United States, in the past 5 years, there has been about 120 to 125,000 300 games, which is 12 consecutive strikes thrown in a row, which is commemorated by the United States Bowling Congress with a ring that commemorates this accomplishment. One bowler I would like to highlight in the Detroit native is Eddie Lubanski. Eddie Lubanski started bowling with his father at the age of 12, averaging 155. At the age of 16, he was averaging 191. At the age of 17, he signed a pro contract with the St. Louis Browns to pitch for 3 years. After his contract up, he found his calling back to the bowling to begin his career, where he had numerous titles such as the Central States All Events, the World International Championships, 4 titles with the American Bowling Congress, Bowler of the Year in 1958 and 1959. And he was named the captain of the Detroit Thunderbirds, which he led to a conference and national championship, where he averaged 212 and had the first ever 300 game. Eddie Lubanski is a 2-finger semi-roller with a 5-step delivery. He has 11 300 games to his name and has 2 back-to-back 300 games on national TV. In 2021, the PBA has had recorded 32 perfect games in history, with the first one coming in from Jack Bernardino. How bowling products were made stated that bowling balls was first made by Legium. In 1905, bowling balls were rubber. 9 years later, Brunswick came out with the rubber mineral. In 1970, polyester balls came into play. In 1980, urethane started coming into the picture. In 1990, we came into the picture of reactive urethane, which came into picture of covers and cores and cover stocks. A core in a bowling ball is like a cylinder or a sphere that makes the ball go down the lane in that shape, which it could be make the ball weak or aggressive down the lane. After this change was made, the American Bowling Congress reported that 20% increase of 300 games. Today, all ages can begin bowling, from the bumper bowling all the way to league competition in adults. Today, there has been many different technology changes to help improve bowlers, improve their game in equipment and in technology and coaching. To end this, I would like to highlight my own 300 game that I shot on October 26, 2021. This happened in my Tuesday night men's league, where I was firing strikes in practice, and my teammate told me, sit down. In my head, I was like, what? Why? I want to get loose. After that, I was just dialed in and threw 12 consecutive strikes for my first 300. Thank you.